Welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we got our frets able to render both like green or red, right? So like either we hit it correctly or we missed the note. And we are crashing, but that's to be expected. We want to change this rendering based on if we correctly hit the note or miss the note. So let's take a look at how we're going to do it. So we made a change yesterday that put all of the individual notes in their own table. So a song, like this song 1, is comprised of multiple notes and multiple, I guess what we're calling it is like every note is a chord in the sense that we put it in its own table, and then there can be a chord of 1 note or a chord of 3 notes here, and then I think we're doing something at a time to change the valid timing. So like if valid timing is true, it'll be a green outline. And I'm just trying to see where we are manually setting it to be true. Okay. Valid timing note checker. That's where we're doing it. Okay. So let's first try to get this to not crash by the time they're off screen. Now, they're crashing because we're trying to set a certain note to be invalid timing or valid timing. So if we just delete that, I think it'll solve our crashing problem. Okay, well, we crash at 66. Okay. Okay, well, when do we run this valid? Did we really crash at 66 in our play state? Play state 66, attempt to get the length of a nil value. So it's crashing here, but that's not where the function is actually called. So let's go see where we're actually doing it. Okay. So if we turn the validNote checker off, which is a function we tried to write yesterday and we failed, it should stop crashing here at least. Okay. Sweet. So the first step we want to do is fix our validNote checker. So we only want to run our validNote checker function. Actually, yeah, we only want to check. So the thing is, if there are no active notes, meaning the last note has gone off the screen, then we can't, yeah, this is jacked up. We want to say if the number of active notes at index 1 is greater than 0, meaning, yeah, see, this is wrong. Well, let's see if, let's turn on validNote checker and see if we crash at this point. Okay, yep. Attempt to get length of a nil value because there is no value to be found in the active notes. So how do we want to say, I think we can just say if active notes has a thing. Oh, see, this is jacked up. I think what we want to do, yeah, we're going to have to rewrite this. I'm just going to nuke this so we can do it from scratch. So what do we want validNote checker to do? We want we want this to swap our valid timing to be true if it's the correct string played at the correct time. So we have to go through a couple of different things. So first of all, we're only going to do anything in the validNote checker if there is an active note on screen. So if we have an active note left, we'd want to do something. And for right now, I'm just going to say, let's go into our active notes at our first index and see. And then this is where it gets really finicky, because if our note, oh, you know what? No. We can put a double array here, and we can just say timing valid dot timing valid dot valid timing gets true. So anytime U is pressed, I'm hoping that we would turn the first note of every chord grouping to be true. So we should see the top one become green. Nice. Now this next one. So Leva, the Jimmy is like burrowed herself into the hole. So I can leave it up in case she maybe dips out, but all that's visible there is her tail. So I was like, might as well leave it off. But we can keep it on. Maybe she'll dig out. Okay, so instead of just turning the first note to be green, we need to do a check. We need to check the timing for the first note to be within the 25 pixels of the right side of the screen, or the left side of the screen. And then we also need to check that the correct string was pressed as well. So let's have our valid checker take in a string number, and then we will say if that string is, or if, how do we do this? If we run our validNote checker, we need to run it on, pressing U would be string 1, so let's just pass in a string 1 to that. So let's see, we're going to cycle through every note, and if that given note's X position is within the left 25 pixels, and the note instantiations dot string is equal to our string parameter, then we'd want that note to have a valid timing of true. So we want to do something, we want to do something like this, where we say let's cycle through all of the active notes. Now every active note is a table of notes itself. So we'll cycle through the table of notes like that, and we'll check. Let's just turn this valid timing to be true if the active notes at that next index, so the next active note, if that active note's first note X position is greater than 25, then let's just turn it to be true. So now it shouldn't be green, oh lordy, unless we press the button when it's 25 pixels from the left side. Yeah, okay, Chanan, I am feeling better. Shit, that wasn't right. We want this smaller than 25. Yeah, I am feeling better. I think I'm just been overworked, you know, like I work full-time and freelance and try to stream every day, and doing a lot of side stuff for programming and stuff to try to get a job. So I think my brain is just a little fried. Okay, so if it's within 25 pixels, let's see. Okay, that's looking right. let's make it a little bit tidier of a timing. So now, right, this isn't the right string yet, but it's turning green if it's somewhat in the right timing, right? So this is the timing part for it, but we need to check if the we need to check each note. So instead of doing the 1 1, we need to do 1 at index key or just the value dot x. I think we can do that, and then we can say if value of the note dot x is smaller than 12 and the value of the string is equal to that of the given string, then we're going to set that given note's valid timing to be true. So let's see if we get 68. It crashed right here. Key value in pairs active notes. Why? Okay, so play state 68. We're crashing right here, so I think we might need to do this. Now only if it's on the right string. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, you know what? We might have changed this. I think that we might have to give a string 4 here, because as far as our note is concerned, our strings count downwards. So it should not be green on the first note, and then the second note becomes green. Okay. So it looks like we're doing a valid note checker for that, but we need to check the whole chord, and we should be checking the whole chord in our valid note checker because we're cycling through every note of our active notes. Oh, see, and then we shouldn't do this, but we should cycle through all of the next active notes. Let's see if that remains true. Okay, sweet. So we do need there's a whole bunch of like little nuances here, like if there is a 4-note chord and you hit only one string of that chord within the right timing, does it only register the note you pressed to be green and the other ones remain untouched, giving you a chance to also strum the other ones? I think that's the answer. So let's give us a chord of 4 notes as the first note in the song, and we'll see if only that correct note is being triggered. Because look, if you hit that, it should turn red. There we go. Okay, so it should turn red if you hit. Oh shit. Yeah, if you hit the wrong note even before the timing is valid, it should turn red because you played the wrong note, right? Like, so maybe we can say if it's pressed, if it's there, and then we can say otherwise. Invalid timing gets true. And then I think at this point you could, yeah. So we don't. Okay. Why is it though? Oh, it goes through every single note. Okay. Yeah, see, we only want the exact string to be turning red. So we'll give it the explicit string here being equal to our string parameter. Then we'll turn it to invalid timing. So we should have only one red note. The rest are white. Nice. So we messed up that note until we spam it until it gets there. Now that's good, other than the fret, because we missed the fret. So we have to also check the fret, make sure we held the correct fret. So and active notes at that next active notes individual string dot fret. Now we aren't. Where are our frets stored right now? I don't even know. It's in the note, right? Yeah, it's in the note, but that's what fret is supposed to be played. But where are we saying where we render the frets on the screen here? We only check. Okay, wow. Yeah, we only check this. So I feel like we need to hold on to some variables that check what frets are currently being held down, and we do have frets held which has only the highest number of fret. So maybe we can modify that, or we can say if the dot fret of that note is equal to the frets held at index 1, the only fret held, or the topmost fret held, then we would go ahead and register a valid timing. So let's see if we can get it to register playing without the fret. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong because we hit the wrong fret, so let's try it with the correct fret now. Nice, nice. So now it doesn't register just if you hit the right string at the right time, but you have to hit the right fret with the right string at the right time to get the green valid timing. Sweet. So all we should have to do now to get some more functionality is to add our valid timing, what is it called? validNote checker to our other string presses. So string 4 is U, which means string 3 should be I, which means string 2 should be O, which means string 1 should be P. Is that right? Let's see. Nice. It seemed to have worked. Okay, let's give ourselves a little song and we can see if it looks to be registering correctly. So let's give us a couple more notes and we'll work on changing the spacing too. So maybe this note is a... And the chord here should really be something possible because our game can't handle a chord with different frets because of the way we programmed it. So let's just make sure that both, it's a string 1 and a string 2, both on fret 1. So we'll do that, and then we'll do a 4/4 with a little bit more timing, and then we'll try to do another note. Let's say 3 with fret 3 with 1 second after it. And then let's do another chord where we do note. Let's try 4 and 4 as well as 3 and 3. Okay, we should have multiple notes now that we can play against, and we messed up closing our song table here. And we messed up again. Table, table, table. This should be this, and then that looks right now. Mother flipper, man. Note, 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 note. Okay, why is that wrong? Okay. Let's try it. Fuck. It looks like we might have swapped. Let's see. That should be red. Oh, what the heck? We must have swapped. We must have swapped our valid note checker here. Because I is string 1 there. So we must have messed that up somewhere. Okay, so U is oh wait, hold on a sec. I think that top string is P. So P is not registering the correct wrong note or anything. So P should be valid note checker what? 1? Yeah, it is valid note checker 1. Okay, that is wrong. O is doing it for string 1 for some reason, so let's just make sure O is... I don't know why that's the case. So maybe our P just needs to be note checker 2? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's looking right though, but why? O is our... third string from the bottom. Now is O registering our incorrect notes correctly? We don't have any note on string 3. So let's do that. String, it's actually string 2 as far as the note's concerned, and then let's just say like this. That's weird. That is really weird. Our first note here is string 1 and 2, but string 2 isn't even rendering. And neither is this string 2. What the heck? What? We can't register. Oh, we can render a chord there at the last one. What the heck, dude? We're able to render this one no problem as a chord. So I'm just going to see if we can put that chord as our first. Let's see. Shit, man. How did we screw this up so bad? We need a table for every chord. And even every single note. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's just do... Let's start by testing, you know, all the stuff that we might need to use, like every note individually. So let's give us an empty table for our song 1, and we will give ourselves ultimately a bunch of tables with notes inside like this. So let's do one note where it is string 1, fret 1 with a timing of 1. And then we'll give ourselves a note with second string, second fret, 1 second. And we'll see if those two are working. Yeah, not working. So string 1 is the top string. So when U is pressed, yeah. Flip, man. Okay. We might need to change our note numbering the string to be the other way around. Okay, so it's just not working now. So let's make sure our U press is string, well, let's see. Yeah, see, that is wrong. When you press, we check if the note is on string 1, which is the top string, not the other way around. So I think we need to give this 4. I think we need to switch our note. See, and this was what's crazy, is like we built out our strings going downwards in the note class because depending on which string you're on, the bigger the number of string, the lower your Y position is. So that's why it's from top down. But then we built out the string number from 1 to 4 from bottom to top on the strings when you play them, because in tablature the bottom one starts at 1, I guess. I think that's what we did. So I can't just say let's just swap the numbers around, because the numbers is what's rendering our strings at different positions. But we do, if U is pressed, we do want to check a valid note on 1. That's just what we want to do. So let's see. Okay, so we're getting... Okay, no. It is if P is pressed, we want valid note checker on 1. So let's do P is pressed, valid note checker on 1. Okay. Nice. And then it should turn green if we hit the right fret and the right timing, which it does. Cool. So let's test note 2, which should be O is pressed, and O is pressed should be this validNote checker 2. So let's test that. Nice. Nice. Okay, let's try the next note then. And we'll say, you know, give us a table, put inside that table a note of string 3 with fret 3, 1 second. Let's just put 1.5 to see the variable timing there. And then, let's see. Cool. So it looked like we got them all right, and let's try to get them all wrong to make sure that's working too. Nice. So they look like they're registering correct notes right and wrong notes right. Let's just make sure our U is working. Note 3 or 4.5. Oh, we need to make sure our validNote checker is running for string 4 on a U press. Or is it string 1? Yeah, I think it is string 4. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Nice. That looks good. It looks good. I think it's working. Now let's test some chords and make sure the notes are working for the chords, both for the invalid timing and the valid timing. Now, that doesn't mean that, yeah, valid timing is what we're calling rendering it green. Invalid timing is what we're calling rendering it red. So it could mean invalid timing, it could mean wrong fret. So that's just like a little specific there. So let's go to song 1 and we'll see if we can give ourselves a chord now. So let's give ourselves another chord. Now the chord always has to be on the same fret but a different string. So we'll put second string but same fret, same timing, and let's test that. 2 and 1. See, we're not rendering the chord. Did we screw this up? Like, weren't we just rendering chords? We were just rendering chords, right? I know we were just rendering chords. If we take out that first note, so it's just the second string, fret 1, does that one appear? No, it doesn't. What is going on? What is going on? Because no matter what we change this first note to, it's only ever that first one. What the heck is going on? If we delete this first note altogether, it's gone. Let's try to add a chord as the second note. Yeah, we're not rendering chords correctly anymore. Okay, I mean, I could have sworn we were rendering chords earlier today. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay, let's see how we're rendering notes. We are rendering every note in the active notes pairs. So why is this wrong? We might be copying the notes from the song into the active notes table incorrectly. Okay. So by the time we're ready to insert the next note from our song into the active notes timer, oh, that should be right. That should be right. Because we're inserting song 1 at index 1, which is the next note in our song, which would index potentially a whole table of notes. And we're putting that into our active notes table via the .insert. So we should be inserting more than one note. Let's try, for whatever reason, I know I remember that when we tried to do a chord on the bottom string, it showed up. So if we put in a note with 3, 2, and 1, let's see if we can get a chord rendering here. See? Why does the chord render on the bottom fine, but not on string 1 and 2? Can we do 3 and 2? Does that work? 3 and 2 works fine. Let's try 2. Yeah, 2 and 1. What the heck, man? So it just doesn't work if we swap the strings where the lowest string is first. Oh, it does. Dude, I'm losing my mind. I didn't change anything and now it's working. Right? Like, I didn't change anything and now it's working. Okay, well, that seems to be working. Let's try a note of a chord of 3. So let's try fret 1, string, fret, timing, and then we'll put another note. We'll do a 3-chord strum here of string 2, fret 1, same timing. String 3, fret 1, same timing. Let's try. Yo, the chord just didn't render again. Chord didn't render again. Let's try to put 3, 2, 1 and see if that renders the 3 chord for some reason. No, it doesn't. So what's weird is when it gets stuck in this whatever it is, it's rendering It's rendering string 1. So I'm going to take out string 1 and see if it still renders string 1 as the second note, and it does. Why are we getting stuck at string 1 there? Let me try... What the heck, man? That makes 0 sense because if we change the second note to be anything like just string 4 and no chord note, just string 4, the second note here is still a string 1, fret 1. Now, that one, the third note is incorrect also. What's going on, man? Let's try this again. Trying a 3-note chord and seeing if it renders. It does not. It just renders 1 string. Now if we take out that note that is on string 1, it's still string 1. What the fuck? Like, unless I'm misunderstanding, maybe we swapped string and fret. No. Still string 1, different fret. But if we put it on string 2, it's still on... Oh. Well, now it went down. Okay, what the fuck, dude? I don't get what's happening. Let's try to put one other note here. Second string, same fret. Let's try that. Okay. Let's try to add one more note. Third string, third fret. What the heck, man? That's exactly what I tried, and it didn't work. Not too long ago. Maybe I have to. Maybe something isn't getting flushed. Well, I don't know. We're setting this to be equal to. Yeah, maybe just what I'll do is like clear it. I don't see why this would matter, but I feel like it's holding some holdover from the previous times we ran the game for some reason. So I'm just going to clear that, and then I'm going to try to replace this with string 4. Okay. See, that's how it should work, but as soon as we add more notes and stuff, let's see if it starts to act weird again, because it has been. Let's add a 2-note chord, fret 1, string 2, timing of 1, and then we'll add another note with a string 4, fret 1, timing of 1. And let's see if these two chords can both render. That looks right. See? They were wrong again. Only one note, and it's on string 1, and there is no string 1 in sight here. What the fuck? There's no string 1, and it's rendering there. And then what's really weird, well, let's see. If we take this out, just one note again. Okay, it's not there. And then if we add one note, and we would need to put it, yeah, we need to put it in the table like this. String 2. Still on string 1. What the fuck is going on? Holy, what the hell, dude? Let's try to add another note. String 3. We need to put it in the table here. That one works. What the fuck? If we try to swap it to string 2 and fret 2, it works. But this one thinks it's on string 1 for some reason. Now, if we change it to fret 4, string 1, it'll work. It knows, oh yeah, fret 4, string 1. But then we say, just kidding, fret 2, or string 2. It still appears, oh god, now it's working. What the fuck, dude? Why is it just so unreliable? That's working now again. I don't know, maybe I'm messing it up every time, but let's try to add another note. I feel like anytime we add a note, it gets screwed up. Let's just do a 2-note chord, and it'll be on 3, 4, 1, and 4, 4, 1. That seems to work. Okay. Okay, so one thing we want to think about is if let me make sure the timing is working on this. Let's give it a little more time after one of these notes and see. I was not even paying attention to the timing to see if that changed anything. Yeah, it looks like it did. Okay. So one thing I think we want to consider is I just forgot it, but I discovered it when I was playing here. Like, wrong, 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 and then correct. not sure. I'm not sure how we want to play it. Because it's like right now, you can hit as many wrong notes as you can. Maybe we count how many wrong notes and count how many right notes. We'd have to limit the right note count to every note itself. I'm not sure what we should do. Because right now, you know, you can play all that wrong, and then if you hit that right, and then technically with this way of doing it, you can just hit every 4 strings at every time and just try to get the fret working. See how that's technically getting all the right notes? So we got green on all the notes, even though we were not really playing. We were just spamming the strings and then holding the correct frets. So I think we want to do something that deters that. So maybe we make it, if you hit the wrong note, it's forever wrong, and you missed it. So like maybe if we only turn it to green if invalid timing is not true, therefore we only you have one chance to get it right. Now that's still okay. I'll show you what that will do if we get that working. So look, valid timing gets true only if if active notes, the next active note, only if that note's invalid timing is false. Then we would want to become green. So if not invalid timing, then become green. Let's see. So now we should not be able to get that correct. Okay. So that allows us, once it's red, you can't get it green because you already played it wrong. So that makes it a little better. But what it still doesn't fix is that we can just hold the right fret and then hit all the strings all at once and still get all the right notes. Now we can't just spam it, so it's a little tougher. But maybe what we do is we make sure for every chord note that, shoot, I don't know how to do this. Every chord note that you're hitting, it's tough because it's over 60 frames a second and you could be playing the chords on different frames. So we can't like prematurely lock you out of getting the score for it. So how might we do that? Because yeah, now you like hold the right key and then just hit all strings. So maybe by the time the string of the proper fret is because the problem is you're trying to hit a chord and you're hitting an extra string that isn't useful. The timing is where it gets really weird. Hey, what up, Prosto? How's it going, dude? Dude, I swear this resident sleeper emote looks like me. Does that not look like me? Like, It looks like me, I think. Yeah, probably looks like you too, yeah. In terms of the sleepiness. But so Prosto, we're trying to figure out. We've got where you have to hit the right fret and the right string and the right timing to get those notes to be green. But what we don't have is, it's kind of like you can kind of cheat, because you can hold the right fret, then you can play every string all at once and still get them marked correct, because you're technically hitting the right string with the right fret at the right time, but you're also hitting extra notes that aren't required. So I'm trying to figure out a way where you can avoid cheating like that. But I'm not really coming up with anything. Not a note, but a pattern. Well, so, and the thing that I'm thinking is tricky about it is that since it's, you know, a video game, you could, if you try to hit all three strings at the exact same time, they might come in on different frames. So I don't know how to make it a pattern like that. I'm not sure. Your input would be like -1, 3, -1, -1. I'm not tracking. Check all 4 notes for this pattern, not one note. Yeah, I think I'm just like, it's hard because people might hit the right, like there is like a grace period of note coming in that you can still hit it right at. So like this one, for example, we can kind of do like a, you know, we did a timing like that and it was green on all of them. So I think it's, check all 4 notes for this pattern. What is the pattern you're saying? Is the pattern are you saying is like the inputs being held for both the string and the frets, and you're checking to see if that pattern, gosh, I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of a mess, to be honest. Yeah. Check not one string, but all strings. Yeah. I still think that doesn't quite fix it, because you're saying like basically every time check chords. But what I'm saying is like, since you can kind of spread out the notes, if you're checking the chord and on that very first frame, you're only currently holding the first note of the 3, it would say, oh, you're not holding those other 2 strings, but we don't want to mark that wrong because there's still a little bit of time for you to hit those other 2 strings. Yeah. So we'd have to Man, I don't know. It's, yeah, our string logic is really quite ugly. Man, I don't even know what, I don't even want to show you, Prosto. I don't even want to show you. It's bad. Oh man, and we crashed. All right, well, maybe we'll just end it. All right, well, I think that's a sign. I think it's a sign. Yeah, we'll wrap up. We made some decent progress. We'll think about how to fix this. Yeah, sorry for the crash. I think I'll call it for the day because I don't think I'm making much more progress here. I'll think about this idea, Prosto. I'll think about checking the chords, like check all the notes instead of just the one, and give it that kind of tolerance. Because we do want... Yeah, that's a little tricky. I don't know what that means for rendering it red if you... Well... Yeah, I'll do some thinking about it. I think that is a good idea, Prosto. Check all the notes. Check every... If a player will press notes not in the same time, it'll generate a few different chords. So even if you give them some time but not check every single string, but all 4 strings each time, there will be no whole chord pressed in any moment. So if you give them some time, but check not the single string, but check all 4 strings each time. What do you mean each time? Each time any string is pressed, check all the strings for a current note there? Or, not exactly sure. If a player press one note, next frame another, after a few frames another, and it's all in the allowed time window, then the last input will be a correct chord, assuming player holding all pressed keys. Yeah. I think there's still an issue here with if they press a string that isn't involved in the chord, we need to mark the chord wrong. So yeah, that's true too. Yeah. See, and I don't know how strict I want to be with it. Cuz I think as long as you can't cheat and kind of just spam all the strings at all times and get away with it, I think I want to add some leeway for people to quote-unquote improv or whatever, or that you can hit a couple extra notes or whatever and it won't kill you. So I'm still thinking about the grand scheme of how that's going to work. And we get to choose, right? So I guess I'll just do some more thinking about it. But at least we've got the notes rendering green and red, and if they are incorrect, meaning you press the wrong timing or the wrong fret, then you can't turn it back into green. I think I get what you're saying, Prosto. I think I get it. I'll do some thinking, and then maybe tomorrow we'll try to tackle it. But I'm gonna call it a stream for the night. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try to just relax for the end of my weekend here. But thanks for tuning in. We'll raid out. Our channel friend Magnetonics is streaming. We'll just give him a raid real quick. And I hope you guys all have a good night and a great rest of your weekend. Well, peace out.